come true. My wishes of you, and I always know that you are mine. Know you know I love you too. Why is it hard to believe in you? I wish my fantasy was real this time. In my heart, there's a place for you, but you don't feel like I do. The snow is falling, my heart is rolling. The cold wind is calling out your name. My love is calling. The sun keeps calling. My tears are falling like December rain. December rain. Can't you see tears are flying? Can't you feel my heartbeat pounding through? My love for you, December rain, December rain, December rain. The problem with love is the need to declare it. It doesn't exist unless you can share it. And me, I'm lost for words. I'm a bird lover, and you're dressed in birds. And with you, it's the need to conceal it. Hide it away so I can still feel it. But me, I'm lost for words. I'm a bird lover, and you're dressed in birds.
was living the blues. I was blinded by love. She didn't want me performing. She's scared of losing her love. I couldn't give her the time to be the man of her dreams. I had to play my guitar out at the seams. I was searching for love, but I need to find peace. I was looking for love, but love's a broken dream. It's the end of the line. I got nowhere to go. I have to leave my bad woman to find my peace of mind. I needed time on my own to feel at one with the world. I don't do answering to no one. I need to heal my soul. I was searching for love, but I need to find peace. I was looking for love, but love's a broken dream. Just let me play my guitar. Of the line.
Until that fateful night when the light caught the gleam in your eyes. We sailed easily across the heights, but those lows made me love you too. You had such grace when things were bad, and when you were sad, never lessened the love we had. You were more than I could have hoped for, and I knew I'd found everything in you. What I really love is the simple things, the quiet moments we share each day, the tender look, the touch of your hand, the way you always understand. Your love wraps around me like a never-ending stream. It's what I love, simply everything. A fine wine couldn't age better than our love, and I can plainly see like the stars watching from above. We're in this until the end of time. I'll be right there by your side, in sickness or in health, no lie. Together, you and I, do or die. I'll enjoy every memory we live, since I knew I'd found everything in
As Magoma sends it out wide, Jeremy Boga has got a chance now. Grounds has made a little run, but Boga comes inside and tries the shot, which is deflected. Oh, this is Reading in full pelt going forward inside the penalty area, shoots, and he's saved. Quite well played.
Magic spray.
Yeah, that's the one. There's Gardner's little ball into the box. Oh, it's loose inside. There's a chance. Oh, yes, in he goes. And it's the man again. It's Shaq Magoma. Almost a replica of the goal that beat Leeds. Absolutely smashed the ball into the roof. There's a break for Blues. There's a free kick and the referee waves play on. Davis breaks, plays it through. There's Gallagher. Can Gallagher score? Oh, the keeper saves it. Interesting ball. It goes out to Barrow. Barrow plays it into the box. It's just hooked away by Grounds. It's put back in, and there's a flick. Oh, just wide of Bakuna into Oluko. Well played. Now a chance. Now a chance to break with Boga. Boga, go on, gets away from Bakuna like he's not there. Gets away, and there's a chance for Gallagher. Yes, get in. Sam Gallagher smashes the ball into the net. A great break by Jeremy Boga. Played it to Gallagher, and Gallagher absolutely smashed it into the net. 2-0, Blues lead at the Medeski. Gardner's corner. Oh, there's a chance. Oh. Roberts went in. It's headed towards goal, off the line.
products, uniform, vehicles, etc.
How long do you think they brainstorm for?
Corporate logos are intended to be the face of a company. They are graphical displays of a company's unique identity. Through colours and fonts and images, they provide essential information about a company that allows customers to identify with the company's core brand.
Difficult things in graphic design. Logo design.
See this piece of fruit? See this little sticker? See this piece of fruit? See this little sticker? How long do you think they brainstorm for? That sticker wasn't there when I was a kid.
Now, if only that were true.
Well, I was only asking.
How long do you think they brainstorm for?
Logo, a symbol or other small design adopted by an organisation to identify its products, uniform, vehicles, etc.
See this piece of fruit? See this little sticker? See this piece of fruit? See this little sticker?
Well, I was only asking.
That sticker wasn't there when I was a kid.
Now, if only that were true.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Birmingham's the team, down at St Andrews. We are all supporters of our team. We chant a super blues, ringing all around. Now all you blue boys know what we mean. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day.
It's a new year and a new Blues. Yes, winning 3 on the bounce, not a goal conceded, players playing in their correct positions, and all seems good. We're even still in the FA Cup with an away trip to famous coughing ground of Huddersfield. Up next it stands on Saturday is the return of the Rowett as Derby make their travels to what I hope will be a very intimidating and noisy St Andrews. We can do this, we can smash them, because I want to be able to go back home on Saturday night with a huge smug grin on my face and sit in the Black Swan and enjoy the moment. Come on, Blues, let's keep this great run going and start to climb out of trouble into a comfort zone, and who knows from there. More commitment, more desire, more passion, it's all we need. If we lose and put a shift in, so be it, but give us more of what we've seen so far in 2018. Well, it's a happy new year from all of us, and I'm not sure how this show is going to pan out. We've just won 3 on the trot. Onwards and upwards with the world's only fan-based show dedicated to all things Birmingham City. Strap yourselves in, let's get ready for a new year. Welcome to the Tilton Talk Show.
Let's hear it from the stand. So come on, City, sing this song once more. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? We are the lads from the Tilton.
Haven't been able to do that for a while, have we? No. What's happened, man? We've been off there, 2 weeks, and we've won 3.
Yeah. Maybe we should just stay off.
I'm sure that's what a lot of people are thinking anyway, but maybe we should just stay up here
Oh dear.
if it does this to us.
Steve Troughton, good evening to you from Somerset, and welcome to the Tilton Talk Show. Right, Huddersfield away in the Cup, that's just been announced in the last sort of 10-15 minutes.
Yeah.
The old coffin stomping ground.
It is, yeah.
Right, we were debating a few minutes ago whether we were going to do an away day to Forest, but it's just flashed up on the screen. Does anybody fancy the Huddersfield game now instead?
Yeah. It's possible. I think the FA Cup, you get more tickets, don't you?
Yes.
So there's a chance we'll probably get that whole end. So we've got a few technical issues.
Yeah, we'll see. So it's a new year,
Yeah.
new everything, you know what I mean?
So yeah, so you know, if we get
I'll tell you in a bit.
we get quite a few tickets for that. You know, especially if we keep on this run that we're on. You know, if we do well in the next couple of games and we get to Huddersfield, I'm sure those tickets will fly.
Coming up to the end of the year, when we left the show, we're a pretty desperate situation. But now 3 wins on the trot, not a goal conceded.
Hold
and
on.
as I said in my opening notes, players playing in their correct positions.
Yeah.
No moaning tonight, by the way. I've been told 3 or 4 times.
What I would say is we're not out of it yet. You know, we've won 2 league games, which, you know, were so important, so massive. You know, we lost at Norwich on Boxing Day, and you know, after that game, you think, oh, this is really, really bleak now. After that Norwich game, you know, Bolton are picking up wins here and there, and Burton are picking. You know, I think Burton won 3-0 away at Sheffield Wednesday, and you're looking at everybody else, and we're not picking up any points, and it really is starting to look worrying. So, but then I have to say that Leeds game was probably the best I've seen us this season.
Yeah.
I didn't go to Reading. By all accounts, we were equally as solid and professional and threatening at Reading as well. Even more so at Reading. I think the Leeds game, what I would say, we didn't look troubled by Leeds until Scythe come on in the second half, and they had a couple of half chances. Stockdown making one really exceptional save where he got a really strong hand to it and tipped it over the bar. But then, you know, we kept going, and the longer it's 0-0, the fans stuck by him again, and the fans were brilliant against Leeds, and we got our goal. And do you know that it felt different, that Leeds game. You know, 5 minutes in, it felt different. It felt like this was
this time round, has it? There's been 2 more. You know,
but even the Cardiff game felt it was. You know, we played well. First half, second half we got a little bit tired and a little bit jaded, and it felt like we were hanging on a little bit. Nottingham Forest felt like it was a bit of a relief that we got the 3 points. It felt different against Leeds. It felt like, do you know what? That we deserve that.
Yeah, Ray St. Hero said to Mr. Pugh after the Leeds game how big were them 3 points.
Yeah, I did see Ray, yeah.
Got a shout out to Benji Smith, and a very happy birthday to you today. Happy birthday, Benji.
Happy birthday, Benji.
I was going to do that one.
Sentiment to all the feelings of everybody.
And the comment before from Stuart McDonald, he says he'll go to Huddersfield, but he won't go on a coach last year.
Come on, Stuart.
I've still got my little blower somewhere.
Come on.
What put him off? Somebody's asked about how Carol's getting on, but she's still with us. Yeah.
Yes, Carol's still attending the games as far as we know. So I think Tracy's usually in contact with her quite a bit. So that's our lovely Carol.
And this is a bad one as well. Dennis says if we do go to Huddersfield, he's got an idea.
Yes, I know. I've just seen that.
I don't like Dennis's idea.
Dennis, can you PM me in a bit?
I'm scared already.
That's not good.
Welcome to David Powers. Thanks for joining on the Tilton Talk Show tonight. Okay, Cranchard's gone to Forest and from Peter Wareham.
Who?
Cranchard.
Cranchard. Yeah.
Karanka's gone to Forest. Yeah. No, I think. I mean, do you know what? It's a bit of a shame for Gary Brazil, actually.
Yeah.
Because he is.
I think he's doing exceptionally well.
He is the predominant number 2.
Young,
he's got the Forest team that beat Arsenal yesterday. I think 5 of the 11 were young kids who come through their academy, who Gary Brazil has nurtured through the time. And I think Gary Brazil's done 2 or 3 now. interim managerial spots at Forest. But listen, I think Karanka's a good manager. So if they've got the chance to get him, then give it a go.
Chris, can you crank me up a bit? People are saying I'm very quiet.
All right, yep.
Cheers, buddy. Right, Adam Chambers, how's your son doing? Nick, battling on, I hope. Well, I can tell you now that Scott's now weight bearing. It's been quite a long time, so he's weight bearing, still in his cast. He's got to go to the hospital to see if he needs more surgery in 2 weeks' time, and we'll keep you posted from there. But on the other one, Christmas Eve, my daughter's partner of 7 years was rushed into hospital. He'd been playing with little Zachary about 6 weeks ago, got tonsillitis, and they reckon he pulled something. Infection went into what he pulled. Punctured lung, collapsed lung, sepsis, pneumonia, and then 3 days later they blue lighted him to Leicester and did an emergency lung operation on him. So he's out and he's doing well, but it was a very close call. So even though you're a Stoke fan, Anton, get well soon. Right, okay. My sister says I'm very quiet, which is unusual.
You're up now. I pumped you up.
Okay, can anybody tell me if I've been pumped up? That'd be very good, thank you very much. Steve Smith's Gary Rowett to go to Stoke. I can't see that personally. No. We'll talk about him now. It's a new year.
Listen, we joke about it. I think the only team. A lot of people will say he wanted to go anywhere but us. But I think the one team he would have left for us was Derby. And as soon as Derby come calling, that was where he was going to go. And they're second in the table. They're on an unbelievable run. So no, I can't see him jeopardising his position at Derby to go to Stoke now.
Thanks, Bleepy. I'm now pumped up. Nice one. Thanks very much, Chris. Hopefully my sister can hear me now, because I don't like to be quiet, as she well knows. And I am beating her at Super 6 still at the moment. We'll come to that very shortly. Kev French says, keep a settled side and players in the right position, and we will be okay onwards and upwards. And I think that probably told its story over the last 3 games, really, didn't it?
Yeah.
And fans have been crying for it.
I'm not going to say, it's not in hindsight. People can go back and have a look at our shows. We've wanted Gallagher up front for 6 weeks. We've wanted a midfield three, our best midfield three. I've preferred Dean and Roberts as the as the centre half partnership.
Now,
Morrison's gone.
No end as well, hasn't he?
He's been outstanding. Yeah. The pair of them have been outstanding the last 3 games. Harley Dean as captain. Now, fair play Cottrell, because he's give Davis the captain at some stages this season. He's obviously Morrison's captain. I think he picked Grounds as captain for one of the games as well. But he's plumped with Dean. He give it Dean, and that is a really solid partnership. Dean and Roberts with Dean as captain it's shown. We've got our best keeper in goal. We've got a solid back four that hasn't changed in the last 3 games. I said that our 2 centre halves have been excellent. One of them as captain, and we haven't conceded in 3.
Adam Chambers says the run ends Saturday. Well, maybe not. Faraz Akbar, how much was Nsue sold for? It was an undisclosed fee, so we really
I don't care. I honestly don't care. I'm so happy he has gone.
Did you not get the wrong one with the N on the front?
Well, the could have just sent him along with him as well. But no, honestly, I think it's listen. Whatever you want to say about Cottrell, he's tactical.
Correction,
or whatever.
Sorry, their derby's run ends Saturday. Do beg your pardon.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, my apologies, my friend.
Yeah. So Nsue. Whatever you say about Cottrell's tactical awareness or anything like that, at the end of the day, he's got rid of 2 players now, Cottrell and Nsue. Now Nsue, he was a right back that was positionally awful. He couldn't get his cross in, and I don't know. I just got the feeling it was a very, very iffy situation with him. Yeah. Obviously, he had that scrap at Rotherham at the back end of last season with a few of the players. So I'm absolutely nowhere, not disappointed to see him go at all. I'm really pleased.
Okay, Rob Doyle says some players are being shipped out. Is this a sign that new blood is coming in? If so, who?
It could be.
Could be.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Nsue come in under Zola.
Yeah.
Now that was when TTA started pumping their money in. I would hazard a say that Nsue was on a decent whack to come here.
Yeah.
I think his weekly wage would have been pretty high. Now, to get rid of that, Cottrell's wages have gone. You know, I think we've sent a couple of the kids out on loan, haven't we, as well?
Yeah.
You know, so maybe there is a thinning of the squad in preparation that he wants to get a few more players in. But we were overloaded at right back. You know, we've got Maxime Collan, we've got Jenkinson when he comes back fit. We could use Josh Dacres-Cogley. So if Ensue is not going to be played, and we can sell him and get him off the wage bill, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah, a few other... Bethany Spall's joined. That's my brother's daughter, and a very happy 18th birthday to you the other day, Beth. Hope you enjoyed your day. Lots of love, everybody here on the Tilton Talk Show. Harley Dean is a similar player to Liam Daish. Don't care who or what he goes through. That's from Dennis.
Do you know what? I didn't... Obviously, I'm not. I don't think I'm old enough to when was Daish mid-90s.
90s,
so
yeah.
I wasn't around for Liam Daish. I wasn't old enough to see Liam Daish.
It'd have you down in the car park.
Listen, I don't know how he was on the ball.
Yeah.
But let me tell you, Harley Dean is technically a very good footballer. I've said on here before, he could play midfield, he could play central midfield if it wasn't for the fact that he was a really good centre half.
Yeah. You know, and I think giving him the captain's armband was a good move.
It's a really good move.
More comments.
He was club captain at Brentford, and he's taken to it like a duck to water.
One here from Benji Smith. Harley Dean has been an exceptional leader, and Darren Walters, Harley Dean, the best signing of the summer, along with Vassell. Sadly, we missed him, haven't we?
No, yeah, we have missed Vassell, and I would say about Dean as well. I remember after the Barnsley game, we lost 2-0 at Barnsley, and they interviewed Harley Dean afterwards, and he said it as it was. He made it pretty clear that there was a few issues in the squad. There was a few issues, you know, between the players. And he come out and he said, we need to sort it out. We're not going to hide away from this. We're gonna sit down and we're going to work together for it. You know, and that was the talk of a captain and a leader.
Absolutely. And Pete Taylor here says Harley Dean leading the huddle before a Leeds game made me feel like something had changed.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, and like I said, that Leeds game, it did feel different. It didn't feel like, you know, what a relief we've just won that game. I come out of that game thinking, do you know what, we deserve that.
Yeah.
Leeds are a decent side. They didn't show it on the day, but they're a decent side and we deserve that. And then we went to Reading and put in, you know, possibly an even better performance, and we're getting the goals, you know, for the first time since the Bristol City game at home in October, that we scored 2 goals in a game.
Yeah.
You know, just little things like that, and you think there are green shoots here. We're still 23rd. We're still in a lot of trouble, but there's green shoots.
And breaking news from Ray Holbrook, and Sue went for 2 bags of scratchings. Was that the real proper hard pork scratches?
I think we've done well to get 2 out.
Or was it pork crunch?
Pork scratches.
The comedy doesn't normally start till the last half an hour. Right, and Doy off to Liverpool to place Court, says Lisa Bunn. That's a good call there. Jenkinson going back to Arsenal according to the press today from Paul Gill. Well, that wouldn't surprise me too much.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Having said that, good player.
He is a good player, but Collan, you can't drop Collan based on his performances.
No,
I think at right back he is a very good right back,
and that's competition for places, isn't it?
And he's the one we've got permanently. So, and again, like Ensue, I think Jenkinson's wages will be pretty high. You know, I'm not sure. I doubt we've paid 100% of his Arsenal wages, because I bet he's on a lot at Arsenal. But even if we're paying 50%, if he's not playing, you free those wages up and get somebody else in, and then you've got Collan and Dacres-Cogley still as your right backs.
Yeah. Andrew Riley says that we need some makeup as our faces are very shiny. Can we get a makeup department, Chris?
You do need a bit of makeup.
Would the wife do it?
Yeah. Pardon?
Would the wife put a bit of powder puff on a Monday night around about 7:15?
Yeah.
Huh?
Sounds good to me. Yeah.
And if you want to dress up as well, you know what I mean? Go the whole hog. I'm sure we can find a few stilettos.
Oh dear. Right. What about our football agent? We had a little bit of an issue with over the Christmas holiday.
Bless him. I can't believe you're still trying it on.
Well, the guy's obviously quite disillusioned.
Name and shame, because we don't care.
You know, it's been that long ago. I can't remember his name.
But it's not. It's like
what was
a
his name?
14-year-old kid on his computer who thinks he's brilliant, and he's really hilarious, and he's getting all these people interested in what he's got to say. But there's tons.
He's still going on,
How on earth? How on earth do they have time? How do people have time in their lives?
Exactly, yeah.
To sit on Twitter and pretend to be something like that.
The alarm bells did ring when I asked him if he'd want to come on, and he said yes straight away. I mean, most of these people have got.
You wouldn't be able to. I don't think you'd be able to. Client confidentiality and things like that. Yeah, hilarious.
Anyway, back to our team, because we're on a positive tonight, and I've just noticed that somebody's put no negatives. Hey. Paul Hart, do you think Keith will stay?
Does he want to stay? I think he wants to stay.
I think he wants. I think, honestly, I know.
Don't you think that should have been a nailed-on contract day one?
That's not the one. That's how it doesn't work like that anymore.
Listen, it should have been done. It should have been done a month ago.
Yeah.
The board should have done it a month ago. I know a guy who sits in the Tilton called Sean, and his lad George, and they wait outside to get the players' autographs after every game. And George, his little lad, his favourite players, Keefton Beld, and Keefton Beld always sees George, and he always says hello to him, and he always has his photo and signs whatever he needs to sign.
Oh, his name was John Harriott, by the way. Thank you, Darren Whitehead, for that one.
And every week, Sean asks Keefton Beld, and he knows, and he goes, nothing. No. They've offered me nothing.
Unless he's been told to say nothing.
But I guarantee, if they put a contract in front of him, he'd sign it. Honestly, and I just don't understand it. How can you not? And the performances he's put in since he's come back into the side, how could you not give that man a new contract?
Yeah.
It's bewildering how he hasn't already been given one. I really don't.
I don't think the decision actually solely lies with the players though these days, as to what they do, where they go, who they speak to. I just don't think.
Possibly not, but if you put a contract in front of him, I think he signs it. I really do.
Yeah.
I think.
But they're not. These things aren't signed alone.
I think he's got that. He's got that adulation from the fans. He knows the fans love him. You know, when he come back into the side, he got an unbelievable reception.
Yeah.
We didn't want him gone in the first place. I think it's a really strange one.
Some comments coming in there. Kev Kelly says Steve Cottrell loves Dutch Keith and will sign an extension. Paul Gill, Cottrell has built
the trouble is, it's not Cottrell, is it? Even if Cottrell did love Keefton Beld, and I don't doubt he does because he brought him back in. I don't doubt he does. It's the board that you know. The board have to decide if it's worth the money, but I don't see how he isn't worth the money and other players in the squad are.
Yeah, a lot of comments coming in. Can't quite keep up with them all. So sorry if I don't read yours out, but we do read them all. Keith will stay, just needs to cough up the cash as Cottrell has shown how important he is.
Well, let's do it.
Let's do it.
Just get it over and done with. Stop, because I'm concerned. I'm a little bit concerned that it'll get to the 20th of January and the contract still isn't put in front of him, and Gary Rowett comes calling again. Because he will. He's only got 6 months left on his contract. So he goes for 6 months left on your contract. A championship player, you probably go for $1 million.
Yeah.
We can't afford to let, arguably, our player of the season go for £1 million in January when we're fighting relegation.
No, agreed.
And a lot of talk around Cameron Jerome, of course.
Yep.
I don't know where that's come from.
Well,
he's not playing much for Norwich.
It's not come from Harry, has it?
No, I don't think he's in the Norwich manager's plans. But
isn't it a step backwards?
All I'd say is he comes in. I don't think he'd be cheap.
No,
and he's not starting for me.
No,
Gallagher's starting. Gallagher has to start. He's shown he's fine. 6 or 7 games too late. But he's finally started him up front, and he's what is it, 3 and 4 he's got now.
Yep. That's right. Yeah.
So he has to start up front, Gallagher.
Yeah.
So if you bring a striker in, it's good to have competition.
But it can also upset the balance.
Maybe if you're looking to offload Jutkovic and bring Jerome in, then you've got that. You've got a little bit of competition there, the same competition, and it's probably better competition than Jutkovic. But Gallagher's number one.
Steve Portman says, Dong told me at Fulham Keith had signed, found out last week he had lied to me.
Who told you?
Dong.
Right.
I can never pronounce his name, sorry, I'm not being rude there, but I just can't. The board need to show loyalty to good players who wear their heart on the sleeve, again from Robert Doyle. Of course they do, and that's all we want. That's all we want as Blue supporters, isn't it, really?
And but I think there's been, especially the Reading game as well.
Yeah.
There's been ability as well. We've shown ability on the ball, and we've shown a willingness to get forward, and a little bit of composure, and the confidence is up. The Reading game, even though Reading aren't in the best of form, to go away from home in this division and win 2-0, you have to show a little bit of style and a little bit of class in that. And the second goal was excellent. The breakaway, it shows how vital Boga is if you're 1-0 up and you've got Boga in the team. He's gonna hurt teams on the counter when we break on people. And he fed a lovely ball into Gallagher, and he finished it really well.
I've got butterflies around Mr. Fun's head.
Yeah, I've just done it now.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to make you less shiny, but it's not
You've not
working.
washed your hair since Christmas. Jack Marriott, Madison. There you go.
Fantastic player. I spoke to a Villa fan who went on Saturday. He hit Madison and Marriott.
He looked the part, didn't he?
They
Both did.
Scored the 2 goals.
Yeah.
Marriott as well. I think he's Peterborough's top scorer, over 20 goals this season already. I think when the team, we did this with DJ Campbell though, if you remember. I think DJ Campbell scored for a non-league team in the FA Cup and knocked a league team out, and he got a lot of suitors, and we were the one that came in for him. But Madison's, I don't think there's a question on Madison at all as a player. I think his attitude and his temperament's a little bit of an issue. But Marriott, the striker, he's scored a lot of goals this season. He took his 2 goals really well. I thought his movement for the second goal in particular was very, very good. I think both of those would be more than adept in the Championship.
And a few people are talking about Devante Cole.
Yeah.
Because Joe Dyes asked that one, but Vassell's out for the season without a doubt.
He is,
for a complete
I think so,
season.
Yeah. That was certainly the noise that was going around when it happened. Obviously, you don't hear how his progress is going, really, do you? Nobody asks. I think we just assumed it was for the season. It probably will be for the season.
Yeah.
But all I'm saying on strikers, we get. I think I've heard a lot of links to strikers, but we've finally found one. We've finally got. It's taken a while, and we called out for it back in October or whatever. But we've got our 6'4" goal scorer. The way he took his goal against Reading, that's a goal scorer. And Burton as well. We didn't play particularly well against Burton by all accounts.
Ground went out though.
But he won. He was the one that won the header. Magoma took it forward. He puts the ball in the box, and there's your goal scorer. He's in the right place. He's found half a yard, and he sticks it home.
And again, it's a confidence thing.
Exactly. He's playing up front. He's had a run up front, and he's scoring goals. And so that really, I think there's your striker. If you're looking to bring a striker in, I think it's harsh to displace Gallagher.
Yeah, I agree.
And Adam Minute is asking if you could turn my mic down now. Can't win
all
tonight.
The way,
Can't
all
win
the
tonight.
Yeah, all the way.
Nice one. Robert Nash, great show again, fellas. Thanks, Ray. Sorry, it's only through people like you that it gets made this way, matey. That guy who scored that last goal at Newport. I can't remember his name.
No, Sean.
Yeah. Cracker.
But I don't know a lot about him. This is what I say. It's risky just looking at someone who scored in the FA Cup and saying, "Oh, what about him?"
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about him. He's a young kid. I think he's Newport's top scorer this season. In all fairness, but again, it's League Two. I know we got Vassell from League Two, but Vassell had been, mentioned for a year or a bit. I think this kid's relatively new, and he leapt for the goal brilliantly. 100% fair play. It was a brilliant header. To have that as a winning goal in a cup tie.
Going back to Gallagher, Darren Walters and Dennis both. If Gallagher gets injured, we're back to square one. And don't forget, Gallagher ain't our player. He won't be with us next season.
He might not be, but okay. Test Southampton's resolve then. Bid $8 million for him. If you're committed, If you're actually serious about us doing well, and if you want to give Cottrell a chance, bid 8 million for him and see if they'll accept it. Then he is our player.
Dave Moore, I'd rather get Gallagher permanent instead of Jerome.
Yeah. Well, you think about it, we'd probably have to pay 3-4 million for Jerome still. You're looking at the Peterborough kids. Their chairman's notoriously tough to deal with.
Yeah.
You're probably looking at 5-6 million for Madison and Marriott each. If you're looking at getting the both of them, you're probably looking at 10 million plus. Why not just spend it on Gallagher, and then he is our player, and you've got a really good kid there.
Yeah.
Gallagher isn't worth 8 million, says Luke Griffiths.
That is a controversial one. Nowadays, if you don't think a young English kid who scored goals for Blackburn last season, and he's now had a run for us up front, and he's got 3 and 4. Honestly, he looks class. I honestly think the runs he makes off the ball. He's such a willing runner. He's strong in the air. He holds the ball up. He's bringing other people into all the things that we weren't doing at the start of the season, all the things that we were criticising Jutkovic for, and things like that. Even Che Adams, when Che Adams plays up front, it's the things that Gallagher's doing now. Even Adams can't do when Adams plays up front.
Yeah,
I think
there's been an offer for Adams, isn't there? A proposed offer for Adams as well.
So Adrian Harris, nice to hear Mr. Fun happier.
Happier.
I was going to emphasise.
Careful.
Calm down, calm down.
For goodness sake.
Steady.
Dear. Pete Taylor says if Ndoye's worth 15 million, God knows what Gallagher would cost. Tom Pope from the Vale. I don't know a lot about him. Any ideas?
I think he was at Bury before Port Vale as well. But it's another young striker from lower leagues. And I'm not sure. I'm not sure that's the way. Remember, Vassell is our player.
Yep.
And although we haven't got him for this season, he'll be back next season.
Yep.
And I mean, you imagine it if we're at home against teams that, for example, the Burton game on Saturday, where Burton are horrible to play against. They're just, they're the archetypal sit back and defend and soak up pressure. If you've got 2 up front and it's Gallagher and Vassell, and you've got Adams coming from one side and Vassell for the other, latching off Gallagher, someone like Gallagher, that's a real threatening strike force. That is. There's a hell of a lot of pace, and there's an awful lot of ability to hold the ball up as well.
Peter Wareham says Danny Hilton at Luton is a top scorer of League 2.
But people are just going through the lower league tours to checking who their top scorer is.
No idea, but
I think Danny Hilton's been around for quite a while. I think and he's another one that has scored goals at League 2 level. But I'm not sure you spend money on them to they're not going to displace Gallagher. Maybe a loan.
Right.
Try and get someone on loan. If you want competition for Gallagher, try and get someone on loan, and then you've got your competition, and you haven't paid a transfer fee then.
Yeah. James Brown's asking a question. If you were Cottrell, Mr. Fawn and Mrs. Brown, and the board put 12 million in your hand for a striker to play alongside Gallagher, who would it be realistically?
Alongside Gallagher is. And that's a different scenario if you're looking at playing 2 up front. You've got Adams, remember. Adams could play up front.
Yeah, and as Bix just said there, he's on a 5-year contract anyway, so it's going to be a big deal if somebody comes in for him.
It's going to be, whatever we're talking about for Gallagher will be what we're looking for Adams. Again, a young English kid, young English striker that looks good in the Championship. You're not going to sell him for less than 10 million, especially when he's on a 5-year deal.
Let's dismiss Deeney for now.
No, forget Deeney.
No.
Jack Monarch.
Please tell me somebody hasn't said Deeney. Jack, you've ruined it already. Half hour in and it's ruined already.
And it may be that we don't sign anybody.
Oh dear.
It's possible. I mean, it would surprise me as we're 23rd still.
But
up
front, stranger things have happened.
Cottrell said he wants. He wants things to turn around, and he probably wants to stamp
But
his
he's
own
not
authority on
about
it.
is he? So.
Yeah.
He's already got rid of Ensue and Cottrell, so.
Yeah.
Penelope Wood saying, who gave Gallagher a black eye?
I saw that. I saw that on
I don't
video.
know.
Yeah. That could
was
have
on
been
his
anything.
interview. Yeah,
Crikey.
but the way he gets up for
Yeah.
for headers and things like that, a stray elbow and
Could have been Endoy.
It's easy, isn't it? Yeah, probably was. Yeah.
Just going back to the midfield, Jimmy Hall says Davis doesn't do enough when he starts and only makes an impact if he's on the bench or gets a rocket up his arse at half time.
Yeah. Listen,
That's the first ever swear word on the Tilton Talk.
Sorry.
Second in
Second
7 years.
Bottom.
And I probably said
rocket up his bottom. I have to give. I would like to give a little bit of credit to Davis actually and Gardner alongside Kifton Bell, because that midfield three, obviously I'm going to say it, but they've taken Ndoye out of that midfield, and the three of them look. The whole midfield looks quicker. They're happier in that midfield. They know each other's game. They are the Leeds game. Obviously, I didn't see the Reading one. The Leeds game, especially, all three of them look committed. Gardner and Davis and Kifton Bell. They were all working hard, and there's a cohesion between the three. Now, obviously, Ndoye. The last couple of games, I think he's come on late to sort of just disrupt the flow, hasn't he? And try and win a few headers and keep the ball a bit better. Get the ball upfield a bit more, really, and just be a destroyer. But the midfield three, I think Davis has. I've criticised him a lot this season, and he hasn't played well enough this season, and as well as we can. I know he can. But since Gardner, Davis, Kifton Bell, that midfield three has come back in, we've looked an awful lot more solid, and I think it's helped the back four as well.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, okay. Loads of comments coming in. Really can't keep up with them. Gary Johnson, great show again, lads. Thanks ever so much for joining us, Gary. Peter Taylor, Gardner back in midfield has been brilliant. Genuine ability to move the football.
That's definitely helped.
And this is all confidence thing as well, because he had a bad patch.
He has, and when he come back in, I thought, is it a last chance saloon sort of thing? None of the other midfielders are working, so you've thrown Gardner back in, but it's worked, and like I said, the three of them together, Gardner has got ability on the ball, and he does. We do seem to be moving the ball a little bit quicker. I'm not saying we're lightning like Man City, but it's a hell of a lot better than it was against QPR. And
we're bottom of the Championship club, aren't we? In reality,
and we weren't very good. We weren't looking like we were going to hurt teams at all. But Gallagher up top, the midfield three, the two centre backs. Even Magoma coming back in. Magoma's come back in and has looked a threat. He's looked direct. He's looked lively. Just every little thing that's happened the last 3 weeks, it's only been a week really, hasn't it? In reality, the last couple of weeks, it's paying off, and we look a better side for it.
Luke Griffith says priority should be re-signing Kifton Bell and then signing Ndoye on a 10-year deal. Don't butt in yet, right? Adam Wilkes, Ndoye's a swear word to Mr. Fun, and that said plenty. Ndoye runs and turns like Zigic from Russell Smith. And Dennis has just sent me a private message, but I can't keep this one private. If we go to Huddersfield, every fan, 6,000, wears an Ndoye mask apart from Mr. Fun in the ground.
Yeah,
That would be hilarious, though, wouldn't it? Cheers, Den. Keep them coming. Oh, dear me.
But the people who are listening, Ndoye, as a central midfielder, you can't tell me that his absence is bad for us. You can't. The midfield three that are playing now, that is our best midfield three. There's no way.
He brings something like a little bit different to the table, though, doesn't he? I mean, he was lobbing it straight down into the corner every time we got the ball right to Ndoye.
But what does he bring? Because we were bottom.
No, okay.
We were awful.
Right, okay. I'm going to wait till he gets his hat-trick, and then I'll come back to you. Matt Wilkes, were you surprised that Cottrell never made any changes for the FA Cup?
I was, but I was pleasantly surprised.
It was a gamble. I thought it was a bit of a gamble.
It was a gamble. But you know what? I was pleased.
We'd never beat Burton, had we?
Exactly.
We get a couple of injuries in that.
They're a bit of a bogey team, but. do you know, we beat Leeds, we go to Reading and win. If you make wholesale changes, look at B6, that you make wholesale changes and your attitude's not right and your application's not right and you lose and you go out the cup, that's the Leeds and Reading momentum gone.
Yeah, it's been summed up pretty good here as well, Pete Taylor. I'm not surprised he kept the same squad for the cup game. Been really tough to get this rhythm going, and he certainly wouldn't want to stop the momentum. And Kev Kelly, results equals confidence, confidence equals results.
Absolutely spot on. Yeah. So I was pleased he kept the same 11. You know, and we are now three wins in a row and 3 clean sheets in a row, which, you know, you make 10 changes to the Burton game and you lose and go out. You then go into the Derby game going
zero confidence.
You know, the boys have got to come back in and do the job that they did at Reading. Then, whereas now we're going. Do you know what? Bring it on.
Just going back to the transfer window, Robert Dawes asked, how much clout do you think Cottrell has in the transfer market? Because we don't
not as much as
Harry.
Most other. Well, not as much as we would have had in the summer. I think that's true. And not as much as other Championship clubs. I think that's true as well. But I think he's going to have some. You know, listen, he started poorly, and the board backed him. So if they've backed their man, it's probably only fair that they back him a little bit more with some funds and say, we've backed you. You've got us on a little bit of a run. Keep that run going. We'll give you a bit of money to spend in January and get us out of this mess.
Here's a conspiracy theory for you. Funny how they've all picked up when the transfer window opens upon them. Just saying, like, from Mike Shaw.
But who realistically, who's going to go? Apart from Kieftenbeld, and Kieftenbeld's been working his socks off since he come back in September, October. You know, apart from him, who really is going to go in this window? Gallagher's on loan. He's settled now. I don't think he's going to be interested in going. I don't think anybody's going to be looking at Magoma. You know, Boga's on loan till the end of the season. Davis and Gardner, I don't think are going anywhere.
Stuart McDonald, nice one, Stuart. Now we've had nothing but good comments. Everybody happy. I'd like to go back now to how it was in November, December. Everybody miserable, negative, slagging all the players off, not just Undoy. Three more laughters, mate, and we can do that for you straight away.
You wait till we get beat 5 by Derby, and we'll be back.
Not many people have mentioned Stockdale either, because he's had a good few games.
He's been a big, and again,
a revelation.
We talk about Dean and Roberts. As the back two who have been brilliant, helps a hell of a lot to have a confidence in your keeper behind you. When Cottrell first come in, we didn't know who the keeper was going to be. We didn't know who the 2 centrals were going to be. Was it going to be 3 at the back or 2 at the back? You know, and all of that it causes confusion, and you can't settle as a back two and a keeper. But you've got that triangle now as your keeper and your back two. Stockdale is your best keeper, and Roberts and Dean are the best centre halves.
Adam Kinman wants to know if you have terrible nightmares about Ndoye.
I do. Yeah, Ndoye trying to pass a ball 5 yards.
Mrs. Brown, have you got a pen handy and a piece of paper, please?
We have, yeah.
Okay, right. For the next 5 minutes and no longer, exactly 5 minutes. All right. Dennis has asked me to ask each and every single one of you out there to vote whether we take an away day bus to Forest or an away day bus to Huddersfield in the Cup. So that's 5 minutes. Okay.
My partner in crime here will write down the yeas and nays if he can take them up.
Linda, Magnet, Stockdale, brilliant. He's been absolutely
brilliant. And like I said, that Leeds game, I think it was Hernandez, at 0-0 with about 25 minutes left. And Hernandez broke through and he made a really, really good save, a strong hand, and parried it over the bar. And that kept it at 0-0 at the time when we went on and won. So, absolutely, I think he's been a massive part to play, and it's a relief to have him back in the side.
Right, okay, these are coming through thick and fast. I hope you can keep up over there, Mike. He's a good lad. Bless him. Mike's in with us tonight on buttons, helping Mrs. Brown out, so thanks again for coming in and helping us out on the Tilton Talk Show, buddy. Right, competition time for 2 weeks ago now.
Yeah, a few, yeah.
Is it your turn or my turn to pull out?
You can.
Oh, cool. First one of the year.
I'll let you.
Oh, I'm overcome with emotion.
It was your birthday on Christmas.
It certainly
Day,
was my
so
birthday on Christmas Day, yeah,
it'll be
absolutely.
Your late birthday present.
And it was baby Jesus as well.
Oh, did you hear that? Ding. How many shares did we have, Chris? Did you know?
It was well over 120.
So they're all in the there's loads of them.
Loads,
so
yeah,
just to prove that we don't, just put one ticket in. And our winner this week is going to be Steve Kimberley. Steve Kimberley.
Steve Kimberley.
There you go,
Yeah,
Steve
so
Kimberley. Well done to you.
That's the last show's shares.
last show's,
This
yeah.
show's shares will be next
week, yeah.
Okay. So keep sharing.
Okay, so if you want to keep hold of that one. And Steve Kimberley, if you can get in touch with Chris Brown, either through the on the chat box here, and we'll get those prizes posted off to you. Right, okay, I can't really keep up with that, so I hope Mike's doing a grand job.
He is, yeah.
Bless him. Graham's has been solid at left back at the moment as well.
Yes, he has.
Wayne Wills.
The last three games, you can't fault any one of them. Magoma has been. Yeah, Magoma gets a lot of stick.
Sorry, Lisa Bunn, Huddersfield, but Talondoy we're playing at Forest. Right, sorry, mate.
It's not even half 8 yet.
Comment of the night, that one so far, Lisa. Well done. Sorry, carry on.
No, the Grimes and Magoma are the ones who get quite a bit of stick, but every one of them has been really good, really solid. And I think it was Kevin who put results equals confidence, and confidence breeds results, and it does seem that way, Like I said, that Leeds game, it felt different after that Leeds game. It felt like they were that was a big turning point for them as a group, as a squad,
playing for the club again.
And the first team, but I'd say that there was no lack of commitment or passion or whatever one you want to use it for the Sunderland game. We drew at Sunderland. I think they put everything in against Wolves when we lost. It was just the quality wasn't there. There was no confidence and there was no quality. But it feels like there is a little bit now. Like I said, we're not out of the woods by any means. But it feels like it's turning a little bit, and there's a bit of confidence.
Sorry, the picture of us tonight. Somebody's put our Blues at home in the cup behind you. That's good. I think we've been infiltrated.
That's probably going to be the last game of the season. Jez McDonough, good call here. You talk about the players hitting form. What about Magoma?
Yeah, he has.
We've not mentioned so far tonight, though, really, have we?
He was the one who gambled on Hotter's shot being saved against Leeds. He got the first goal at Reading, and he set Gallagher's goal up against Burton as well. So in the last three games where we've won, he's played a pivotal role in all those three victories, and he's very much a confidence player as well. When he's playing well and he's confident, and the team's playing well, he looks a much better player. And he's keeping Hotter out the side at the moment, and Adams out the side, so he must be doing something right.
Joe Dyer says Pep Guardiola was shouting at Nathan Redmond going out the Blues. I don't know how true that is. Did anybody else hear or see that?
No, can't see that.
Tony Grogan, Mags has been reborn. Yeah, I'd agree with that one. Right, okay, we've just gone through the 5-minute barrier, so stop it there, Mikey, if you would, buddy.
There's a clear winner.
There's a clear winner?
Clear winner.
Would you like to announce the clear winner?
It's Huddersfield.
Huddersfield?
Yeah.
Ooh. Wow, there you go. I suppose we're going to get 6,000 tickets for it, aren't we?
We're going to get a lot. And what I would
say...
say...
it's about 3.5, isn't it?
In the cup it'll be more,
of course, yeah. No, they won't give you the whole of that end.
I bet they do.
I bet they do, yeah.
I bet they give you the whole end.
I thought that a third of that is just dedicated to their ultras type thing. So I don't know how that would work.
I think either way we'll get a lot.
Yeah,
we'll get a lot. And I would say, I was looking at it before and before the draw was made, and I thought Coventry away would be a brilliant one. Spurs away at Wembley would be a brilliant one. West Ham away at the London Stadium would be a brilliant one.
But we've got that.
But actually, we've got an away tie where we'll get a fair chunk of that stand behind the goal. We'll get a few fans going, and if they're still in the same position they are now, Huddersfield, in a month's time, there's a fair chance they'll rest a lot of their players because they'll their focus is on staying in the Premier League. I think they rested a few against Bolton, and they might do the same again against us.
Kev Kelly says the FA Cup can give 20% of the capacity. 20%. There you go.
So if theirs is 24,
it's not that big, but
it's knocking on for 6, isn't it? 4-8, yeah, something like that.
I'll get the attendance.
Stuart McDonald's not going on our coach to Huddersfield. What's up with him?
But he doesn't like it. He didn't like it last time.
What did he like?
I'm not sure. Did he not win the scratch card?
Didn't win the scratch card.
Probably.
Did he not win the scratch card?
Was he on the coach
we
when we
may
got
have
stuck
took a
outside
photograph
that
of him
old
when he was
woman's
asleep as well.
Did he come into the Black Swan?
Oh yeah, I think so. Yeah, of course he did. Yeah.
And did he not have breakfast arranged for him and things like that?
Exactly.
The beer was ready on the side for when they got there.
Some people are just
for.
not satisfied. They want more. They want more.
I think it was the bus he didn't like.
I think it's quite good.
Paul Gill saying 15% for Cup Huddersfield. Have a lot for season ticket holders. No date we'll get 3,500.
Yeah, I thought it was 3,500. Yeah,
I thought it was more than 15%.
Well, we may have started the debate here. You don't know. Yeah.
Ray says maybe he didn't like the mystery tour. I didn't go on the mystery tour. I was already.
That's why I was.
I was already fast asleep in the vaults by then. Fast asleep on the floor in the vaults by then. Sam Greenway saying at least Shuey has said sorry for his performance in social media, email, mail, whatever. If that's the case, that's the case. He's now gone. That's it. He's over and done with.
Oh, that's all right, man. At least he said sorry for being defensively inept and causing.
I've got it. Stuart McDonald is a city boy. He does not like the drive up the country.
No,
that was
it. Yeah.
Oh, poor man.
And then he said that last coach we got stuck outside that old woman's house.
That's
that was
what I mean.
funny.
Yeah.
That was.
I know.
It's all part
they
of
all
the
come, it was like 3 houses, and they all come out. Look at what's this coach doing?
A coach driver that doesn't know he's running. It's funny. That was funny.
Do you think B6 will wear their Blackburn shirts when we go to Huddersfield? Probably, knowing that lot, they wouldn't know one shirt from another.
Yes, it is 15%.
15%.
Oh, there you go.
Adam Wilkes, Jolly Boys out in only Fool's style. Yeah, grand. There's a bit of disparity between 15 and 25%. So
looks like it's 15 according to the FI website.
James,
just seen
Josh
that one.
Sheridan,
Yeah. Thanks, Josh, for that one. Nicely cleared up, mate. You know what? A great crew out there they are, aren't they? You ask a question.
And lightning as well. Lightning straight on.
Absolutely brilliant.
We're all one big
Absolutely
team.
Brilliant. So, then, Josh, here's one for you. Find out what Huddersfield's capacity is, and then give us 15% of that. There's a little bit of a maths question there for you. Off you go.
Okay.
Where's Stu gone to? He's gone to Cyprus.
Yeah, Applewell, I think.
Yeah. No, I see what Sam Greenway's saying. My point was most players leave and say nothing. Refreshing. For us.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, that's but can we get Undoy on the Huddersfield bus?
He may be out of work by then. You never know.
Josh says he likes.
I'm not
maths.
sitting next to him anyway.
You know you want to.
I'll be in the coffin hold under the bus if he's on the coach.
You like him, man.
Right, okay, 24,500. Somebody will do the maths for that, though. So 3,600 for us, Paul Gill. Thanks, Paul, for that. 3,600. Well, that's still a decent size, isn't it? Still a decent amount of tickets.
More than we take to most, yeah.
I'm excited now.
Yeah, can we take the coffee back?
I think it's the day after my birthday as well.
Is it? All right, double bubble.
Oh dear.
25th, I think.
Oof. Could be messy. Could be messy.
Can we throw Ndoye under the bus? Says
no, that's a bit harsh.
I've been trying to do that for about 3 months.
Yeah.
Ndoye for player of the season just because Mr. Fun hates him. You never know, it might happen.
No, I know it won't happen. I'm pretty confident in that.
Does anyone think we could be the team that has the late push for the playoffs?
Oh no, Ray and Christina.
No,
Ray and Christina can't make the away day.
No, I just saw that. Yeah.
Oh no, gutted.
Yeah.
Who said can we make a late push for the playoffs?
Jez?
Oh, Jez.
It's going to be a late push.
Oh, Jez.
We could probably make a late push for mid-table. In reality,
I think we may.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, yeah, it's possible. I think. Well,
I mean, what are we going to do?
We shouldn't be. And I know we've won 3 on the bounce, but let's still Let's still focus on the fact that we're trying to get out of trouble,
How many games
rather
got
than
left?
saying, "Can we finish?"
How many games
mid-table?
got left?
20 odd.
20 odd.
Yeah.
And what if you won all 20 odd? He wants to kill me. He seriously wants to kill me.
What is it you smoke outside there before you come
What
in?
if we win all 20 of them?
Do you know what? I'd love to wipe the smile off your face, come May.
So would I.
Yeah. Quite happy.
Dear. Yeah, mid-table, I'd say absolute best. That's about all we could, achieve. And that would be an achievement from where we are now.
Just keep us up.
Yeah, just
keep us up this season. After the start we've had, just keep us up.
Yeah, Paul Gill says the bet on the top half finish was 60-1 the other day, worth a cheeky £10 bet. That is actually worth a cheeky £10 bet, isn't it? If you want to lose 10 quid.
Yeah, I was going to say, your £10, not mine.
Oh, dear me. Huddersfield versus Blues could be on BT with VAR getting us through. VAR, that was a question I was going to talk to you about tonight. What are your thoughts about it? Video assisted refereeing.
I haven't seen a lot of it in use.
Isn't it being used tonight as well somewhere?
I think it's in use tonight against Brighton Palace.
Yeah,
And I think it's going to be used on Wednesday night for the Arsenal-Chelsea Cup game semi-final as well.
Sorry,
why have a referee?
What if Ndoye gets the win in all 20?
Yeah.
What if, Adam? Yeah.
Oh, somebody has said, what if he scores the winner against B6?
What if?
Okay, what would you forfeit? If he scores the winner against B6, what would you forfeit?
I don't know.
It entails keeping your clothes on, whatever it is.
Well, yeah.
No, please make sure.
At no point was I suggesting otherwise.
I did not want streaking around the streets around here, mate. Oh, dear.
No, but VAR is... I think the way they're trying to do it is... if it's factual, so, if there is an offside and the player is offside... Clearly, that as long as it doesn't take 7 minutes to work it out, then clearly that's got to be good. I'm happy for that to come in. If it, because there's nothing worse.
The bit that I don't understand though is why. Okay, you've got a big screen and you've got two officials watching that screen, the fourth official and another one.
The guy is watching it in the studio,
and they're watching it in the studio. Yeah,
miles away.
Yeah,
so he's back in London the one
right,
tonight
I didn't realise that. I thought they were actually...
So basically,
they've built a secure room, haven't they, to accommodate it?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But he will let the referee know if there's an issue and he wants him to look at something. Now, I think it was every goal they're going to look at, every penalty they're going to look at. What I would say is don't spend 10 minutes on it, obviously, and it has to be still at the referee's discretion, because, like you said, if it's not at the referee's discretion, then get rid of them and just say everything that happens we're going to look at on a screen.
Yeah.
So if it's 50-50.
Okay, a lot of people here are saying they've got 40 seconds to make a decision.
Well, that's fine, because especially a goal as well, teams take longer than 40 seconds to celebrate. So as soon as the goal's gone in, the guy looks at it and says, if there's any issue he sees, then deal with it then, and nothing really changes, does it? So, but it has to still be at the. So if there's a penalty given, and it goes to the VAR, and the guy watching the VAR says, not sure, have a look at it, ref. The referee has a look at it. I'm glad that it's still that referee's decision. Because,
that's what I was going to ask.
Because then he says, it's 50-50. I've looked at it again. Could be, but couldn't be. I've give it, so I'm sticking with it. A bit like in cricket when you've got your umpire's call. So if the umpire gives it out and it's decided that it's marginal, then it stays with the umpire's decision. And the same with football. If the referee's given the penalty and it's 50-50, it's a tricky one. He's got a bit of the ball, he's got a bit of the man. It could be given, it could not be given. Then stick with the referee's decision.
All right, somebody's asked who B6 answers are. Go and speak to a Vardy. You'll know all about their rescue within 13.7 seconds. And Pete Taylor says B6 cannot be named, and it's not Lord Voldemort.
From Harry Potter.
Yeah. But going back to VAR, good idea for you then, or bad idea for you?
I think the principle of it is good. I think the principle of it is good, because there's nothing worse than
But aren't we
having
going towards that where you're not, because I mean, technically, you don't really need a referee. You could actually do everything without a referee.
But then it takes a hell of a lot longer.
Well, yeah,
it takes a hell of a lot longer if you don't have a referee and you're viewing everything on the screen. I think that takes a lot longer.
James Brown says VAR, very average referees.
Yeah, probably.
Well, the one thing I would say,
good acronym.
The one thing I would say is obviously VAR. It's all well and good, and it's similar to cricket as well. And Premier League will get VAR, and the big international tournaments will get VAR, and live televised cup games will get VAR. League Two won't get it. So if you're a League Two club, you're still going to get the stinkers, and you've got the worst referees.
Just about half an hour of the show left. If you haven't already shared this stream onto your personal Facebook page, that's all you need to do to be in the competition for next week. To win what, Mrs. Brown?
You're going to win either a Keep Right On hat. You're going to win either a sweatshirt.
Have we still got plenty left?
Loads of hats.
Left, yeah,
loads
yeah.
of hats, yeah.
Cool.
Loads of hats. Or a hoodie, if there's any left.
Or a hoodie. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. The next stage will be robotic players from Robert Doyle. Well, some of them there already, aren't there?
Peter Craig.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
Oh, man, come on.
Robotic players? The prototype will be better than Undoy.
Yeah, it'll move quicker than Undoy.
Yeah, move a lot quicker.
All right, okay. What do we need then for the Huddersfield trip? We need people's names and money.
Money, yeah.
People's names
Give us
and
your money.
Give us your money.
Give us your money.
We need to find out if Dennis wants to take the boogie bus or the we're all going on a summer holiday bus.
Yeah. I think the first bus was the best.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't overly keen on the we're all going on a summer holiday bus.
No, I think the beer bus was the best with the bar and the stripper. Oh, she was good.
Yeah.
No,
my girlfriend might be watching this, so there was no stripper. Honestly,
Michael piped up. Then you have a stripper.
Stuart McDonald says, "Why isn't it a holiday to Spain instead of a hat?" Well, we can't really afford holidays.
We can't afford a hat.
To be honest with you, mate. We're into the last half an hour of the show now. Ramp up the comedy, guys, because that's what we love. The last half an hour is all about having a laugh. We're in a good position this week. We won 3 on the trot, and we want to keep that going with good spirits and good humour. No foul language or swear words, as we are live and we can't edit them. But what we will do is edit you if you do.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely.
Alison Short says, "Sorry guys, been to Pilates. Good evening and Happy New Year." And
She's gone to Pilates.
Happy New Year to you.
Rather than
was it sunny?
It's got to be worth one of these, hasn't it?
That's definitely a red night this time of year.
First joke of the night goes to Mr. Can we get some laughter for next week, please, Chris?
Hang on. Oh, sorry. Yeah, sure.
Paul Hipkins, as a fan, it's good to know you'll walk away having won or lost and square with the technology, fair and square with the technology there to assist the refs.
I think so.
But it's a 50-50 thing, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
you then do some.
That's what I say. But and people will say, it's talking points in pubs and things like that.
Yeah.
So a referee makes a bad decision, and we can all go to the pub afterwards and debate whether it was a penalty,
which
or
we've
not.
done since Word Dot.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is, if it's offside, imagine it. We go to B6 in a month's time, and it's 0-0, and in the last minute they break through and score the winner, and it's miles offside. We'll be fuming, won't
But what
we?
if we did that?
But
we'd be laughing.
But you don't want to lose it based on that, And Paul's right. Whether you win it or lose it, you don't want it on an awful refereeing. You do not want to lose it on an awful refereeing decision, especially when it's glaring like offsides and stuff.
Well,
like
we're just going to have to see how it goes, aren't we?
Exactly.
Really, at the end of the day.
Yeah. And that's why I say it's good. Bring it in, trial it. Don't if it don't go well in the first game, don't get rid of it straight away. Stick with it, and trial it and make it better and make it more accessible, and hopefully it comes in and improves the game.
Just over 25 minutes ago, your predictions for the Derby game on Saturday. Go, Mr. Fun.
Just quickly before you do that.
Yeah, go.
Colin Perry says, "Can I have a shout out for my mate Mike Hunt?"
My mate?
No.
He just wanted me to say that.
I got.
Hello, Mike.
I got done on that one in the 80s, back in the 80s.
You're right, Mike.
I've done on that one back in the 80s in a nightclub.
know.
And, yes, been there, seen that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love the 1973 jokes. They're best.
Look at messages. Right, from Dennis. If Ndoye scores a win against B6, Mr. Fun parachutes into the B6 ground with an Ndoye mask for their next home game.
Wait, hold on.
Dennis comes up with always great ideas, doesn't he?
I'm seriously concerned about Dennis. Where does where in the whole world sells Czech Ndoye masks? Nobody sells.
Is there any printers out there?
Ndoye mask.
Is there any printers out there?
Where are we all getting these
Next
Czech
week.
Ndoye masks?
Next
from?
week I'll
When he
bring
said
one in.
we'll all go to Huddersfield and everyone will wear one. Where are you going to get 3,600 Czech Ndoye masks?
It's called a little bit of ingenuity. You print your own at home, stick it to a piece of cardboard with two holes in
That
it.
looks great, that does, yeah. No one will laugh at us for that, will they? Oh, no, yeah. That'll go down a treat on Twitter, that will.
Stevie Cale says Blues 1, Derby 0, Rowett to Lee for Stoke straight after. That's a big shout, Stephen. That's a big shout. Stuart McDonald 1-0 to Blues. Wayne Wills, Blues 1-0. Sam Lana 2-1.
Look at the confidence.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
Oh.
And Robert wants a
Linda
shout out
2-1.
for his mate Theresa Green.
Are they?
I put a
It's
tweet.
good, that, isn't it?
I put a tweet out on Saturday.
Come on,
right?
let's get your funny shouts in then. Who do you want to shout out to? And it has to be funniest one wins a hat.
Check and
Yeah, go on then. Yeah,
Funniest one wins a hat.
Yeah.
Stephen
Best
Smith.
one so far, Theresa Green from Robert.
Yeah, that's a good one. That is. Yeah.
Stephen Smith, I put a tweet out on Saturday. Nick, do you think you'll get what you asked for on Saturday? Everyone to sing Cotterell's name. I would love it. As Rowett's coming out that tunnel, right?
Please don't sing.
As Rowett is coming out that tunnel, right? I'd love all our supporters to raise our manager.
Nope.
There you go.
I think.
No manager. No.
I think
no.
Gary Rowett deserves a bit more respect than that.
Yeah. No.
I think we want 3 points off Derby. I really don't
Yeah,
give a flying
so
toss
do I.
about Gary Rowett.
So
I
do
don't
I.
give
I
the
want 3
monkeys
points
about
off
Derby
Derby as
County.
well.
I don't care about
Derby.
I was talking to Mark Sale last week in the pub, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't give a toss about him on Saturday. I don't give a flying monkeys on Saturday. I'll talk to him on Sunday if I see him on Sunday, right? It won't be about the game because I don't talk football with him when I see him out, right? That's an absolute, right? But come Saturday, I want Steve Cotterill and 11 Birmingham City players to do the business.
So do
no
I.
matter how hard how it has to go.
Yes, Pete Taylor. I heard that as well. The commentary on the end of the at the Reading game, it was said it's the hope that kills you.
Really?
Oh, I've heard that before.
Who's stolen that? Tom Ross. Tom Ross. Can we get in touch with Tom?
Oh, we're going to have to get him in.
We know who listens to
He's
this
got to come in for a
show, don't we?
spanking.
Yeah. Oh well.
We've got Russell Sprout, if that's any good. Not bad
That's
at all.
not-
Not bad.
that's not
bad.
great.
You go first.
Christmas
Shout out to Ben
Toby
Doverson.
Larone. Toby Larone.
Christmas hamper.
Oh, I've been Doverson, yeah. That's good.
Oh, dear. Shout out to Ben Doverson. I put the studio into short quietness.
This was
That's definitely a red card.
for once I agree.
And somebody wants to put a link up so that you can download your check and door mask from the Tilton Talk page.
Well, no, yeah. Chicken doy mask. All
love
the
it, love it,
footballers
love it.
to have their own mask.
Oh, golly.
People need to calm down. We've had 3 good wins, but it's going to be a tough game against Derby. But Ryan's going for a 1-0.
It is going to be a tough game, Chris. It is going to be a tough game. That's why I want everybody, every single supporter there to go absolutely ballistic, right? And make St Andrews that place that it should be. Rowett's coming back. Derby are coming back. They're on fire. We've not conceded in 3 games, right? And our supporters need to be absolutely 100% behind them from the second it kicks off. Even 10 minutes before that. Never mind. Skullduggery.
And apparently Norwich have put in a bid for Morrison.
Well,
Michael Morrison.
How many Morrisons have we got?
Just thinking of it. Yeah. I was just thinking who else it could have been.
there's
Yeah.
Fred Morrison. Doesn't he have
The
like, the
plumber.
white lines?
Yeah, yeah. Fred Morrison, the plumber. Yeah. anything over 100,000, I'll take.
I can't see where it going to Stoke.
No.
I forget that.
No.
Why would it? Why?
Dennis has just placed an
I can't
order with
see
Mr.
that
Ting
at all.
Tonging tooting for 4,000 doy masks.
That's racist. Move on.
No.
Ting Tonging tooting? Oh, I don't know. Sugar. It's not going to be Van Morrison, though, is it?
You never know. I'd rather have Van Morrison at centre half.
Mark Walmers
this season.
Mark Walmers, shout out to my mates Ben Doon and Phil McCafferty.
and Eileen Dover.
Yeah. Not sure.
I actually genuinely
I really don't know who's getting this hat.
They've been
pretty
some good ones.
When I was working in engineering, I genuinely was at a college, right, with a guy called Alan Key.
Yeah.
That's quite a good one, Alan Key, yeah. And there was a guy who worked in Goodyears when I was working in the tyre industry, right? He worked in the finance department and his name was Eddie Kazmierczak. Seriously, absolutely true. Eddie Kazmierczak. Shout out to Doy.
Morrison salad.
Tory. Oh dear. How much would we accept for Morrison? What? Seriously though, seriously.
What did we? But like, what did we got him for a free basically, didn't we? From Charlton.
Yes, from Charlton.
So if we make a profit on a guy that isn't getting in our team now, but
we could almost
under
pay
Shotton,
them. Yeah.
under Shotton, you know, he more than held his own. So if a year and a bit later we can say it's probably been 2 years now, hasn't it? So if 2 years later he's 2 years older and he's not getting in our side, if we can make a profit on him, do it.
Josh Wheelbarrows and one Wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
Yeah.
Really?
It's good.
I asked for funny ones.
Must have a leak. Shout out to my mate's daughter, karaoke.
Okay. You might have to abandon this one.
Where did you get it from? What made you think of it?
I can't even remember what the first one was.
Oh dear. When was the last time Blues sung the manager's name? Jim Smith, maybe? No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, we used to shout Rowett's name. I can't remember. I can remember once Zola's name, once, but it was not many people.
Was it?
Yes, there was, yeah, in the back of the Tilton. I think they were all drunk at the time.
That's not Zola out. That doesn't count.
Certainly, right. Okay, who's before? Redknapp obviously got shouted, didn't he?
Yeah, well, Redknapp would have done. Clark wouldn't have done.
Yeah, he did. He did up that the game where we scored in the final seconds.
No, Bolton.
Yeah. Prior to that was
what, before Clark?
Yeah.
That would have been McLeish.
Was it McLeish or the Bournemouth? Not the Bournemouth manager. Is it? Oh, God blimey!
It's good. This is.
No. Okay.
No.
Gone. Completely gone.
Houghton.
Yeah. Chris Houghton.
Houghton.
Yeah. So yes, there's been many since Jim Smith. So I'd have to say. Yeah. Thank you, Steve Portman. It was Houghton. Yeah. Right, okay, good news from the ladies' camp this week, even we got tonked 3-0 yesterday.
I don't know,
no,
that was bleak, that was a really bleak one. But, so a few ins and out, contract renewals and departures over the Christmas period. Bella Linden, the German striker, has left, her contract expired. Chloe Peplow left, which was... a controversial one. I'm a little bit disappointed about it, but contract renewals. Marissa Evers signed a new contract. Andrine Hegerberg signed a new contract, and Aoife Mannion signed a new contract, which was probably the biggest one of the contracts that were due to expire soon. Mannion's been at Blues for 5 years now, I think, and she's grown every season. She's got better and better, and she's one of those that are knocking on the door of a full England cap now. So to keep her, she's a Blues fan. She's been on this show before, so to keep her for the next 2 years is a really big step, and hopefully that'll keep the interest a lot of other players, and they look at it and think, well, if Mannion's staying, then the club must be going in the right direction.
I've got an interview ready. If you want to, do you want to have a quick interview with?
Yeah, we'll have a quick listen.
Okay. Let's see how we get on.
Aoife, your thoughts on signing a new contract with Blues Ladies?
I'm really pleased. This will be my 5th season at the club, and I feel like it made sense right now for me to continue my time here. I've had a great time here so far. I'm surrounded by lots of good players and good people and staff, and I consider myself really lucky to be able to keep being part of that.
Did you have to think long and hard about the decision, or was it an easy one to make?
Yes and no. of course, any contract decision is always going to be a hard one where there's lots of things to think about. But to be honest, my heart was set here and it felt like the right thing to do. So I'm really happy.
You've sort of grown as a player here, haven't you, over the years, and you've become an integral part of the team and the club. Do you see the club as well growing hand in hand like you have done and will in the future?
Definitely. Like I say, this is my 5th year here now, and to see the steps that the club has taken on and off the pitch since I've joined has been really massive, and I hope that I continue to be part of that going forward.
Mm-hmm. Do you feel now that you're a real integral member of the team, a leader on and off the field now?
I think as I get older there's obviously more responsibility for what I do on and off the pitch, but I think that everyone brings something different to the team and everyone has values in their own way, so hopefully there's a nice area where I'll fit in and help the team achieve our goals.
Mm-hmm.
Great stuff there from the wonderful friend of the show, Aoife Mannion.
Yeah,
Aoife Mannion.
Like I said, she's been brilliant over, since she came into the side. She's got better and better, and a big part of that defence now. So
just in that top one there.
No, do you know what? I'm ending it now. I've decided the winner. It's Christopher Peake with Angus McCotup.
Oh, not that old one.
That's winning.
We used to have that back in the 70s.
Listen, it's not rude. It's harmless fun, and he's winning it.
All right then, okay.
So Christopher Peake wins the hat if he wants it.
Christopher
Peake.
Yep, Christopher Peake, get in touch with the show.
Can,
Give Chris Brown, Chris Pugh, or myself a message, and we'll get that off to you as soon as we possibly can. Are you worried about the Blues ladies after that 3-0 defeat against Sunderland?
I'm not worried yet.
Reading in the Cup as well?
Yeah, Reading away in the FA Cup was drawn today. That'll be a tough game, but I think the last 4 games we've played Reading have been draws now, so they're normally tight affairs against them. So hopefully we can go there and progress. Obviously we got to the FA Cup final last year at Wembley, so it'd be really nice to do the same thing and go one step further. But it's going to be a tough game. In terms of the Sunderland game, it was we were pretty poor. From start to finish. First half we were okay. Sunderland weren't great, and we weren't very good. But I thought they were there for the taking at half time. But second half they come out quicker than us and wanted it a bit more, and they just showed a little bit more commitment, a little bit more class than us. And 2 goals from set pieces, which was very unlike us to concede. But so it was a bad day at the office. But we've got Bristol at home on Sunday, and that'll be the first home game in a long while. So hopefully we can get back to Solihull and turn it around quickly and get back to winning ways.
And right, if you'd have read this one a few minutes ago, Ray there has put Alan Long Road. That might have just swung it.
It's just
quite tame, isn't it?
It's pushing it a little bit. It's trying to fit it in. It's
I watched the ladies' football show on Sunday night.
Last night, yeah. And Ellen White was on it, Blue Stroke.
Wow. Yeah, nice to see. She projected herself very well, didn't she?
Yeah, she's a very good speaker, very good talker. Yeah,
perhaps another.
We need her back on the pitch. She scored 3 in 2 in the first 2 games of the season, and she's been injured since. So we need her back on the pitch as soon as possible.
Yeah, she said she's very close.
I think maybe not the Bristol game, but I think the Yeovil game after that should.
Man City and Chelsea looked in a different league, though.
Yeah, Man City are the 2 of them. I think Chelsea are the better footballing side, but the both of them are, I think, are streets ahead of everybody else at the moment. City are a powerful unit, and they've got a lot of goals in them. It's not as pretty on the eye as Chelsea. They're not as technically good, but they're strong and they're direct and when they need to be, and they have a lot of goals in them. And Chelsea are, sometimes they're a delight to watch. I think all their goals were pretty scrappy against Arsenal. they won 3-2 and they were all pretty scrappy goals. But at times they play really good football,
and at times they're the ones that count, aren't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Or anything.
Really so tight at the top. Yeah.
Stephen Gill says, "Can Blues ladies still buy players?"
They can. We're not as flush with money as Chelsea and Arsenal and Man City and apparently Reading at the moment, who seem to be buying everybody left, right, and centre. I don't know where they're getting their money from, but Mark's already indicated, the manager Mark Skinner has already indicated that he won't be bringing anyone in this window. I think the window closes on the 25th of January. But he's, I spoke to him after the Sunderland game, and there's targets in mind for the summer when the season starts again next season. So he's already got targets in his mind for the summer, and he'll use this season to work out who can stay and who will need to be shipped out.
No, Adam Wilkes. Why didn't you do that earlier?
See, you got to get it in.
Why
early,
didn't you
Adam.
do that earlier?
I can't leave it open that
Joyce
long. But that's
Sorrows.
brilliant.
That is good.
That is brilliant.
Isn't that? Well, it's absolutely the best, isn't it? Without a doubt.
It's
but
wonderful.
You've given the prize away.
But it's too late.
Can we take that up back?
I can't. It's too late. It's not fair on Christopher.
He's obviously
P.
been thinking about it. He's been thinking. We're not used to having supporters that think, So
I feel ever so sorry for you, Adam, because it's truly wonderful. But
that is brilliant, isn't it? That's actually a piece of art.
It's gone.
Joyce and Sorrows.
Can I just say we will be keeping this section where we speak to the away supporters, but it won't be every week.
Yeah.
Saying that, I was supposed to speak to somebody this week, but
it was supposed to be a Leeds fan,
but he just went to answer him. But we will do that section because it's a brilliant section. Sorry,
my ex-wife's husband.
Oh, there you go. That would have been lovely. That would. What a lovely chat that would have been.
Right. All right. Not a problem.
Okay, I'll give another hat out. Go on then.
Just saying, just give him another hat anyway.
Too kind.
Go on, then.
You're too kind, Chris.
But it was good.
It was good.
Adam
Joyce and
Sorrows
probably deserved a hat.
Message me and I'll get it over to you.
Yeah, come on, you can afford another hat. Give him one. It's all coming in. Look
at the.
You know what I mean?
Even Chris. To be fair, if Christopher Peake, the winner,
and it's
of the
Adam's
first
birthday
back,
tomorrow as well. Genuinely.
Oh, look at that!
Many happy returns, Adam, for tomorrow. Many happy returns. There's going to be a hat on the way for you. Get in touch with Chris Brown. I think really
hashtag
was a
hat
good
for
one.
Joyce. Yeah.
Everybody's got a hat. I got a birthday now.
Give him at your tight bits.
He's got a hat. Everybody calm down. He's got a hat.
Gypsy corner.
Oh,
you can have a holiday to Spain. Yeah. Yeah.
Stuart McDonald. Shut up.
Stuart McDonald's.
Oh, give
we
him
can't
a
afford. Steve Portman, if you can find one, he can have one.
Oh, hat for Joyce, taxi for Mr. Ford.
Yeah.
Give him an Undoy mask.
Oh, golly.
Very good. Well done, everyone.
Oh, brilliant.
Oh, look, somebody's come up with a better one. Joyce and Sorrows too.
The daughter of Joyce and Sorrows. Joyce and Sorrows the second.
Very good.
Very good. That's made my sides ache. That really has. Genuinely.
See, they're not thick.
Right. Okay. In about 8 minutes or so to go. Did you get your prediction for?
No, I tried to keep it quiet.
Did we? No. You haven't yet.
No,
okay. Prediction for Saturday, then, please, Mister.
I think they're a really good side. I feel ever so bad if I drop a show of positivity and then I end it on a negative. So I'll go 1-1.
But you're not thinking 1-1.
No,
then I'd rather
that's my heart. Really,
I'd rather have the truth out. Yeah.
I think. 2-1 Derby.
There was a long pregnant pause there.
I think.
Do you think they're just going to be too strong for us? Yeah.
Yeah, I think 2 weeks ago I'd have said 3-4-0 Derby. But we have got that upturn in form. We are more confident than we were 2 weeks ago.
What team did Derby put out for the Man U game? Was it full
not
strength?
full strength,
No.
but it wasn't bad. They kept them to within. Yeah, they got within 10 minutes of a replay. Yeah. I don't know. They're quite reliant on their strikers scoring. I don't think their midfielders or defenders score many goals at the moment, especially on on the run they've been on. Vidra scoring a lot of goals. I think Sam Winnall got both in the win at Ipswich recently. But they're playing well. They're confident. They're flying, and they won't come to us fearing us, but certainly. But I think if we can get a point, it's a brilliant point.
Yeah.
Penny Wood says, "Is that Undoy in the background?" Who is that?
Oh, there we God, look at him.
Who is it?
Popping up on the halfway line. Get rid of him. What is he even doing there? Get off my show.
Oh, James Brown says, Mr. Fun, take your heroic poster down. 1-1 you watch
I've got
from
7.
Adam Chambers. Bleepy Racy 3-1 to the Blues. Great show, great laugh, been fun from Ray Nash. Thank you, Ray. Along Allen Wrong Road.
Nobody else is getting a hat. Stop it. We can't afford it all.
Adrian Harris says, you boys are different people tonight. Love it. Keep right on. Well, I tell you what, Adrian, you wait till next Monday. We'll either be like this plus 10 or back to how we were in November.
Have we got that wrong? Was it Boga?
That was
not Ndoye.
That was Boga.
Who was popping up?
It was Boga. It wasn't.
Why is Boga popping up?
Was it Boga?
Got the wrong one up.
I'll have to get the Ndoye back out.
Oh dear. I love you, Gary. A comeback. I love you from James Brown. Well, unfortunately,
I do love Gary Rowett. I think he's an excellent manager.
Yeah, but
and whether he's at Derby or Blues or anywhere, I'll say the same. But
you can't not, because he's definitely got it. But he's not our gaffer anymore.
He's not our gaffer, but neither is Mauricio Pochettino. But I still respect him as a manager, and that's what I have for Ray. It's not, it's not adulation. It's just respect. From I'm a football fan, and I've seen what he did at Blues, what he did at Burton, and now what he's doing at Derby, and you can't not respect him for the job he's done at all 3 teams he's been at.
Ray says, get ready for a Tilton Talk Transfer Day special. Will
will
you be joining?
Does anyone want to join me this year?
Yeah. Okay, who wants to join Mr. Fun down at
Wast Hills on deadline day? See if we can get a sneaky interview with Cottrell.
You only want to see that wench off Sky News, don't you?
I don't know. I don't know which. There's about 70, isn't there?
Is there? I don't know. Are you bringing the flag to Huddersfield? Which flag's that one? It was a coffin.
Not the smelly one.
The smelly flag.
It's not coming in my coat.
Oh, that would be brilliant, wouldn't it? Could you imagine it? Could you imagine that warming up on its way through off the exhaust?
I know, yeah. Yeah, brilliant,
yeah. Oh, dear me. Mr. Fun should change his name by Depot to Mr. Ndoye Fun.
Ray says, I'll try to be there.
Nice
Come
one,
on, Ray. Come on,
Ray.
everyone.
Come on, Ray.
Let's have about 50 of us outside.
Bacon, egg, sausage and tomato sandwiches
like
first
the
thing.
good old days where all those Stoke
proper
fans used
pints
to...
of bass in a proper
It used
pub.
to be the vile Stoke fans hanging outside the training ground. Let that be us. Come on.
Let's all meet with Mr. Fun. That would be fun.
It'd be lovely, that
wouldn't
would.
it? If like, several thousand people turn
I'll be like, the Lord himself is my disciple outside West Hills.
We'd
have to get a proper camera crew down.
Yeah, we would. Yeah.
Steve says, I was there last deadline day. Were you there with us, Steve, who had the... with the Redknapp interview?
I think he was there.
Was you there, Steve? Was that one?
He was there.
Were you one of the guys?
Yeah.
There wasn't many left when we were there. So
Linda Magnus saying, "What's the postcode?" Don't have a look it up. It's Birmingham City Training Ground,
West Hills.
So I'm sure you'll find
be
that.
Something or other.
The Ndoye pop-up is wandering cluelessly through the empty
you know, that sums him up, doesn't it? That does. Just wandering cluelessly around, not really knowing what he's doing.
Oh dear. Well,
I sat in my van with a coffee. Oh, okay. You'll have to come out next time, Steve.
3,000 fans were there, Mr. Fun, to see us sign Ndoye's brother.
Could you imagine? All we sign on deadline day is Ndoye's contract renewal.
Wouldn't it be
and
hilarious?
I have to interview him on deadline day about his contract
But wouldn't it be
renewal.
hilarious if they'd all got the Ndoye masks on and it's actually his twin, identical twin?
I mean, saying that, we might not.
5 minutes from Adam Chambers' house, which
sign
means that Adam's got no excuse.
Yeah, and Steve Portman says, he was there, yeah. So well done, Steve.
Man,
so the fans were interested, Andrews, for the Burton game, get first dibs on the Huddersfield tickets. I don't think so. I think it will be run normally as it is for season ticket holders, gold, away, platinum, blah, blah. And then, the scroats like us will get the tickets.
But, if there's 3,000 odd, 3,600 odd, which is what people were saying, if that's the amount, then it'll get to season ticket holders, and So people have got the opportunity there, but.
Well, what can I say? Almost there. First one, 2018, and it's been nothing but a blast.
It's been a good one.
It has, hasn't it? I've been waiting for this one for a long time. It's been a long time coming, long time overdue.
Yeah.
We've actually had no doom and gloom whatsoever, apart from just the Undoy comment. Apart from that, we're three on.
I do enjoy the Undoy comments.
Love it. It's become part of the show now.
Yeah, to be fair,
it has. It's become part of the show. What can I say apart from a happy 2018 to all of you? Mrs. Brown, thanks as always for your hospitality.
You're welcome.
He did put some quality streets down here, but...
Dave Moore, help. I've ordered 3,000 Undoy masks only to find out it's bogus.
Comment of the night, Dave Moore. Brilliant, that one. Excellent.
I'm not to blame for that one. Somebody sent me that.
Oh, yeah, me. Do you know what? It just feels so different doing this like this tonight. Than...
Do you know what? And fair, I'll end it. We've given Cottrell and the players and the club a battering over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
You know, and some of it deserved, but so I think it's only fair that you say, you know, it was a long time coming, and sometimes it seems pretty simple. You know, you pick your best players in their best position, but fair play, he's done it. You know, he got round. He's picked the right team, and we've won 3 on the bounce with 3 clean sheets, and there's a little bit of positivity and there's a bit of confidence going for us. So fair play Cottrell and fair play the players.
And the other bit of positivity is we've always done well against the top teams.
And at home, you know, we've been pretty strong at home. Obviously, Wolves turned us over, but even that was only 1-0. So we have been most of the time pretty okay against teams in the top half at home. Listen, if we can turn them over and go 4 wins in a row, and we've turned Derby over, that's a massive boost.
I just want to go home, like I said in my opening notes, sit in the Black Swan when they'll all be there, right, with their heads down, and me there with that smug grin upon my face, saying nothing, but each and every single one of them knowing that they've ribbed me week after week after week after week, and then all of a sudden, boom! I just sit there, quiet. You don't need to say a word, do you? You don't need... As long as you've got that little smug grin on your face, that hurts them more than going in and going, ah. Oh, yeah, Phil, Paul Gill is absolutely right. Championship, anybody can beat anybody on the day. Let's make it our day. And if you were thinking of not going this Saturday,
I'll be there.
If you're thinking of not going, don't bother. Get off your backside, get down there. Let's make this place one hell of a noisy St Andrews. We've gone 3 on the bounce, not a goal conceded. We've got players playing in their correct positions. Are we on the way back? Only time will tell. Let's hope. Let's pray. Keep right on to the end of the road. Thanks, it's been an absolute blast tonight. And so next Monday's show is equally as upbeat as this one. Good night, take care. Thanks, Mrs. Brown. Thanks, Michael. And thanks to yourself, Chris Q. Take care. Ta-da.
Good night.
We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say? Let's see you in the cup, singing our song, helping and sharing the load. It's worth the pointed road when we sing together. We're there at the end of the road. We are the lads from the Tilton. We'll support you till the end of the day. We're so happy following the blues. We love you, what more can we say?